I'm here today in Laguna Beach at Tango, a fabulous new restaurant in Laguna Beach. And with us today is Stacy, who is part owner of this amazing restaurant.
Well, thank you for having me on the show today.
Pleasure to have you with us now. Stacy, tell us, what is the inspiration about this amazing, truly amazing restaurant?
Well, thank you. Well, Tango is inspired from the many, many travels and dining experiences that my husband and I have had around the world. It's a European and Spanish inspired bistro. Mm-hmm. So we are open on the weekends for brunch and lunch, and then we do an inspired tapas all the way to main course Wednesday through Sunday. So it's really just all about community, bringing your friends together, bringing your loved ones, and sharing a space where you can try sort of a different twist of a European and bistro.
Well, you know, the minute one walks through the front door, you feel like you've stepped into a whole different magical world. It is quite amazing. We're sitting upstairs in this lovely round, what would you call this?
This is our elevated date space. For your girlfriends, for your date, your boyfriend, or just, where you want to have a little bit more peace and quiet, a little bit of a darker dining experience.
It's amazing. And it has, six seats here?
Yeah. We have up to 18, and then this space is also great for private parties. Right. We just had a wedding shower up here, a baby shower.
How fun would that be?
A going away party. So this is a nice space where you can, kind of reserve for you, your friends, and your family, for really anything.
But downstairs too, equally astonishing. When you walk in, talk about, you have a full bar there, and you have. Tell us about your food.
Yeah, so Tango is really about inspired tapas that rotate from seasonal fare, both local procurement as well as some really nice Spanish influences, some French and Italian influences, and again with a California twist. So you're going to find things on our menu that are very, very different. Everything from crostinis to a curry and butternut squash soup that comes as a shot as well. So a different tactic to, try a variety of things with your friends and family. Have a little bit more of a rotating dining experience. And then, of course, when we built Tango, we are in a beautiful historic building. And so a lot of thought was put into, how do we honor Laguna Beach this historical building, as well as expose accents of the building like quilted brick. And we have some beautiful quilted brick, which is a very Laguna Beach brick that we expose by our front door.
What does that mean, a quilted brick?
It's a handmade, hand-composited brick. It has lots of different textures to it. These bricks were made sort of handmade and then hand-compiled by a very well-known artist here in Laguna Beach. So everything that we've done has a taste and a touch of our historical, artistic culture. From the linens all the way to the decor to the wallpaper here is all designed by local Laguna Beach artists.
Really? All of that? Well, this is just amazing what has been preserved. And just thinking of the thought that went into all of this to begin with. Understanding that Laguna Beach has this fabulous history going back well over 100 years, and all that you've preserved to bring to it.
Yeah, we really like the idea of mixing sort of a modern dining experience that was, really based around family, culture, music, getting together and laughing, living the joy of life, and doing it in a setting that also gave respect to the past. And so we spent a lot of time enhancing this building and this space, opening up this beautiful rotunda round room that we're in, exposing these ceiling beams that weren't previously exposed, creating this elevated dining experience as you walk up the stairs.
Well, it truly, truly is. Now, of the things featured on your menu, any specials that you particularly like or favorites?
Oh, you're going to make me choose. I think with our rotating sort of farm to table menu, some of our standouts currently are the scallops, are an incredible scallop, perfectly prepared, as well as our steak that comes with a beautiful chimichurri sauce and these patatas bravas. We also have very traditional sides, including these broccolinis with just butter and honey glazed buttered carrots that you can order throughout, the courses. So you can come in and just have a couple tapas paired with some of our great well-known cocktails, including two to tango, which is my husband's favorite.
Two to tango. I was eyeing the handsome devil margarita.
Our number one selling drink is our handsome devil margarita made with black sea salt, hand shaken. Our bar staff, Nahum, is wonderful, and he works really well with our executive chef, Josh, who collaborates again with them to really make sure the pairings are on point, whether it's our great international selection of wine, or if you're more of a cocktail gal or guy, getting that perfect martini or scotch to pair with your food.
So how many of you are involved in this operation?
Yeah, although we're a relatively small restaurant, and I always encourage people to make reservations.
Yes.
We have quite a diverse team, both from front of house staff that are Spanish. We have a couple Argentinian front of house staff, and they're wonderful, to our back office, which is a cultural mix of Spanish and I'm Russian. My husband is Irish.
Oh my!
So definitely a splash of culture.
So people can come here just for a little cocktail in the afternoon, sit downstairs or outside, because you do have outside seating, and have a little small plate of a tapa or two and a cocktail, and do some shopping in Laguna Beach, or you can plan a whole evening ahead of you.
Absolutely. We have a crowd that comes just for the happy hour, which starts at 4 all the way to 7 during the winter time.
Okay.
Wednesday through Friday. And then they walk around and they do a little shopping, and or they come back for just dessert and a glass of vino.
They're ready for more.
Yep, we want that shared experience.
Oh, it is just unique what you offer. And your hours are, what are your hours?
Yeah, Monday through Friday, we're 4 to close, which typically is around 10 p.m. On Friday, we stay open a little later, till midnight. Saturday, we open up for lunch, which is a beautiful opportunity to sit on our parklets outside and kind of breathe the fresh air, have a glass of wine. Right. Then we close at midnight on Saturday. Sunday, we open up a little bit more for brunch. That's 10 a.m. And so you can have a really nice breakfast brunch all the way to 10 p.m.
So you have a different menu on the weekends then?
Yeah, we have an enhanced brunch and lunch menu on the weekends, which is, again, constantly rotating and bringing in different meat selections and Iberico ham, things that are very unique to Europe and to Spain.
Right.
So yeah, always a surprise at Tango.
How is the community embracing this gem of a restaurant?
Well, we've been very, very lucky. Laguna Beach already has great restaurants, and they were very welcoming to Tango when we, drafted the idea and went through the process to build it, enhancing this building and investing and kind of restoring this little piece of magic downtown.
Really?
And then the restaurant community has been wonderful, and the locals have been wonderful. So we have a nice group of locals that come down regularly, and they're our people, they're our family.
It's a wonderful community. So I was going to ask why it's called Tango, but maybe you can. It seems pretty self-explanatory, but maybe you can elaborate a little bit on Tango.
Yeah, the name Tango and the vision for Tango all came out of just the influence of music, our love of music, our love of culture and community, and really that's the sound of life. It's the sound of laughter. It's the sound of love. And so that really wraps around our dedication and love of this cuisine, and serving our customers and having them make memories here.
All right.
We've had so many beautiful memories and engagements and proposals already. Yes, already in the 1 year we've been open, we've been able to share in people's moments in their life, their memories, things that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. So Tango, the name and the culture and sort of the cuisine has all been wrapped around that moment of love.
Well, this is fabulous. Hearing about all this, I am so excited to know this is open, and also excited to hear there may be more Tango restaurants showing up.
Yes, you never know.
Variations.
Yes, you never know. We're always looking to expand our partners. And
so now, Stacy, how do our residents find out more about Tango? How to keep up on what's going on?
Yeah, so all of your residents, I encourage them to go to tangolaguna.com and enter in their email address to stay up to date. They will be joining our Tango Insiders Club.
Oh, great.
Yes, and so we do special events, specials, discounts, secret menus that are only released to our email club.
Well, Stacy, thank you for filling us in on this fabulous restaurant, and I do hope our Laguna Woods folks will check this out.
Well, thank you for coming down and joining us with Tango.
Well, now let's see what Sherry's up to.
We're here today with Jim Taylor, president of the San Juan Capistrano Association, correct?
Fiesta Association.
Fiesta Association. I love that. How long have you been doing that?
I've been in the Fiesta Association for 10 years now.
Okay, when you started when you were 20 years old, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm still,
wonderful.
actually, yeah, I'm still like in my teens, mentally.
Perfect. Yes, that's perfect. Yeah. Well, that's so exciting. You know, and you've been working there with volunteers. Is that how it works?
Yeah, the Swallows Day Parade is an annual tradition. This year it's the 65th.
Wow, 65th.
65th parade. Originally it started in, if historians are correct, around 1958 as a carnival for San Juan elementary students. And then after a couple of years of that, then the San Juan Capistrano Businessmen's Association took over the parade. And in 1964, the San Juan Capistrano Fiesta Association was born, and we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We've been running ever since. The parade, 65 years. It used to be the largest non-motorized parade. Now it's one of the largest non-motorized parades.
I didn't know that.
No vehicles. Any wagon or float has to be horse-drawn or human powered.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
It's going to be different.
Yeah, I love that. You get probably get a lot of people to come to it.
We do. It's a big event. Last year we can't count it because it rained.
Okay.
It was brutal. Yeah, it hadn't rained like that in 30 years.
Okay, yeah.
But as soon as the parade started, it rained. As soon as the parade was over, the sun came out. So clearly I've been doing something wrong all year. This year it'll be a little bit different. If we look at the numbers from 2023, Sheriff's Department estimated 55,000 people, plus or minus 5,000. And that's in the parade. And then once the parade's over, we have the Mercado Street Fair. And that actually runs concurrently with the parade. It's a little quiet during the parade, but from 9 until 6 o'clock. And that will have 20 to 25,000 people.
Wow, that's
Country
awesome.
Western Band playing. We have a giant kid zone out in HBC Park, with bouncy houses and games. I think we have 96 vendors this year, 26 of them food vendors. And it's just an all-day, family-friendly, fun event.
What day does it start?
It is March 22nd, 2025.
Okay.
9 o'clock in the mornings when the Mercado starts, 9 to 6. The parade starts 11 to 1. The tricky part about this, though, is the street closures.
Oh.
So most of the major streets, all of the major streets will be closed at 10.
Okay.
10 a.m. Some of the streets won't reopen until 10 p.m.
Okay.
Del Obispo, which is the one main drag, we try to get that open as soon as possible. But that's still going to be around 2, 3 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock. So my recommendation for people coming to the parade is to take the train, Metrolink.
Metrolink is a good idea, yeah.
Metrolink does a $10 ticket for adults.
Oh, good.
It's ride free. Take your car to Laguna Niguel or go to Irvine. Spend the $10. It's a lot less than you'd spend on parking.
Okay.
And the train drops you right off in the center of town. All you do is get off the train, walk up to the end of the street. That's the parade route.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's amazing.
It's a great deal. We thank Metrolink. But they bring about 8 to 10,000 people that day.
That is awesome. That is amazing. Is it kind of supervised by police too?
There's always a high police presence. Security is always our number one concern, especially in light of things like New Orleans.
Right, yeah.
So you'll see a few different things this year that I think are great. So we stepped up to security, making it a little bit more difficult for bad guys to come and mess things up.
Right, yeah.
Unfortunately, it makes it more difficult for the good guys that are trying to get in, but it's something we have to deal with. So it presents a few logistical issues, but in the name of safety, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, oh, it's so worth it. That I've never been, but I want to definitely go because of this story. I didn't even really know about it all. But okay, let's talk about the swallows for a minute.
The
Birds, yeah. Why do they come to San Juan? What attracts them to San Juan?
I don't know. I'm sure that there's some bird expert out there that knows.
Okay.
I think it has to do with the original migratory pattern.
Okay.
Because the birds come to San Juan supposedly on March 19th, St. Joseph's Day.
Oh, they do? Okay.
And then they hang around till about October, and then they go back to Goya, Argentina.
That's
now, to the
amazing.
best of my knowledge, nobody's actually followed them to Goya. So they could be going to Pacoima for all I know.
Right.
But, I like the story. But they are. That's actually, some of them are here now. And some never
they're
leave.
here now.
Some never leave.
And it's not going to be till March, but they're already
Yeah, there'll be a bunch in March.
they all come in.
But, one of the problems is people knock down the nests even though there's a city ordinance against it.
Oh, okay.
They don't want all the swallows pooping on their cars.
Yeah.
So they knock them down, and so the birds get a little disgusted.
Yeah.
It used to be if you wanted to be guaranteed a sighting, you had to go to the Walmart in San Clemente.
Okay.
Because they lift them all up. But the mission put up some plastic ones. And
Really?
it took a couple of years, and then the birds went, all right, we're up with technology, and they moved in.
That's amazing.
So yeah, they'll be here. And like I said, there's some that never leave.
That just never there.
Well,
Yeah.
can't blame them. With the
Wow.
property values in Orange County.
Right,
They finally got a
exactly.
little mud hut that works. And got a
Exactly.
view,
It's great.
location.
Great weather too, you know.
I
think next time I'm going to interview a swallow. You know, that would be a. What do you think? That might. I don't know.
The spring bugs, they like the bugs.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, we celebrate the return of the swallows to the mission in San Juan. The mission's turning 250 next year.
Is it really?
San Juan,
200.
same birth date as the United States of America, 1776.
That is awesome.
Next year will be a huge. We'll have to do this again next year.
Again, yeah.
But this year's fun. We've got 9 marching bands. We've got the Marine Corps Marching Band. I think I mentioned we had the 11th Cavalry. U.S. Army out of Fort Irwin opening the parade. And we have an entry that's been in the parade maybe 15 years ago. And they moved. Their base was San Diego, and now they're based in St. Louis. The Budweiser Clydesdales.
Okay.
And they're coming back this year. The same wagon that was in the Rose Parade and also the Super Bowl ad. So we're excited to have them back.
How fun is that? Now, so is it all run by volunteers? Is it a nonprofit? How does it
So
work?
the Fiesta Association is designated the lead agency.
Okay.
So there are other agencies involved, and
Okay.
obviously the Sheriff's Department, Public Works, CERT is involved, RACES is involved. We have a number of groups that fill holes and provide services. Rotary Club is involved in the parade, and they do a breakfast, and they feed all the Marines.
I didn't
They
know
come
that.
in, they feed all the marching bands. In and Out is a big participant. They feed all of our Marines lunch, you know, and that could be as many as 200 Marines. So
Wow.
thank you, In and Out Burger. But we take the lead on it. Every year we get granted the authority by the City Council. So just as easily every year we could not be granted the authority.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we take our job seriously. It's an all-volunteer army. All of our board members are volunteers. All of our members are volunteers. Our board is elected by the members. So if somebody is not playing by the rules, the members are pretty good about getting them out next election cycle. On parade day, we'll probably have close to 300 volunteers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great though. That
Takes a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, when you've got 250 horses, I think we have 18 wagons at this point, the 9 marching bands, we have 3,000 walkers.
3,000 walkers.
Just people walking in the parade.
Okay.
So it's like herding cats.
Yeah.
'Cause not only do you have to get them together in a group, but you got to get them together in a group in a particular order.
Okay.
So it's a challenge.
Wow, that's amazing. People that want to get involved, Jim, what do they do? If they want to volunteer?
If they want to get involved with the Fiesta Association, I suggest coming to one of our meetings. During
Okay.
the first quarter of the year, that's when we're nuts. We're crazy. We do 11 events that lead up to the parade, just to generate the excitement. It's all part of the Fiesta de las Golondrinas, Festival of the Swallows.
That's amazing.
And they could go to our website, swallowsdayparade.org, and just check it out. Our meetings are every Wednesday at the La Sala Auditorium in San Juan Capistrano, right next to the library.
How long does it even take to prepare for the parade?
We start talking about it in November.
In November.
We start talking about it, planning it. I mean, a lot of the stuff is the same. We know how many porta potties we're going to do. We know how many rentals, announcer stations. We already know all that. We just have to get the current pricing. The pricing has gone through the roof. I mean, we'll talk about inflation. Our prices have almost doubled.
Really?
So we only have a handful of vendors that never raised their price,
Okay.
which means we have to raise more money. The city pays a considerable chunk. They waive the fees. They do all the security
That's
protection.
beautiful.
And
Yeah.
so they're putting in $75,000 to $100,000.
That's awesome.
Resources into the parade, and we put in about another 160.
Oh,
We raised some sponsorships, in-kind sponsorships. But yeah, this is a $300,000 parade.
That's a $300,000 parade. Tell us what happens that people don't even know about.
You mentioned an interesting story. I don't have a funny story parade-wise because we're so busy. We have no time to even think outside of what our duties are. But prior to me becoming involved in the Fiesta Association, I was an announcer for the parade.
Okay.
And I really wanted to do good.
Yes.
I wanted to be the best announcer out there. I had the script, and next entry's coming down the parade route. I'd look down at the script, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Vietnam Veterans of America. And I look up, and it was the Girl Scouts.
What?
Somebody got out of order, and I'm just like, oh, these girls are looking at me. I was like, no cookies for you. You know, I jeopardized my year's supply of Thin Mints right there. No. So it's just like, yeah, that kind of stuff happens all the time.
I love it.
Last year, Tim Conway Jr.
Oh.
KFI.
Yeah.
He was in the parade as our special celebrity guest, and it rained like crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Fritz Coleman, also NBC weatherman, retired.
Sure.
He was riding a horse. Poor guy looked miserable, but trooper. He rode that horse, and he had what looked like a trash bag. But you know, he was very uncomfortable. He did the whole route, and then probably didn't want to talk to me for like the next 6 years. Tim Conway Jr. got rained on, but I texted him a month ago and I said, "Do you want a do-over?"
Right.
And he says, "I'm in." So Tim Conway Jr. will be there. He's already talked about the parade. I might go up there and talk again. It's a long drive for a 10-minute segment.
Right.
We're also very excited about our Grand Marshal, Kathy Holman. Kathy Holman is a big deal in this town.
Yes.
Started the Equestrian Coalition.
Yes.
Started a 501c3 called Otramas.
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're a therapeutic center using horses.
Yes, they're
for
wonderful.
helping people with PTSD, depression, suicidation, things like that. So she's our Grand Marshal.
Beautiful.
We're thrilled. I was just thrilled. She says she was honored. I'm honored that you accepted.
Yes, yes.
So this is a big deal for us. So we'll have Kathy Holman, we'll have Tim Conway Jr., and a bunch of kids.
Oh, how fun.
A bunch of kids. We have the One Nino Band, Mission Indians. They have a float. A lot of our local horse groups have floats. They have a couple of sheriff's posses that are coming down. We usually have the Norco Temecula Cowgirl Color Guard.
Yeah.
And they're very impressive.
Yes.
And then we have the Hole in the Wall Gang. They're an Old West reenactment group riding their horses.
Right.
And they stay in character the whole time.
Oh, okay.
The whole time. They don't crack a smile. They look like they're about ready to knock over the bank at the moment. But all these reenactment groups are fabulous. And I ask a lot of the walking groups, well, what are you going to do? Well, we're just going to walk in the parade. We'll do something. You know, dress up in Old West. Just don't be like, you know, 8 guys in t-shirts walking down the street, you know, hey, you know, we're the chess club.
Yeah.
You know, do something, you know, you can't actually interact with the crowd. We don't want them running out on the parade route because of safety concerns. But ham it up.
Yes.
Everybody that's coming to this parade is not coming to see me.
Yeah.
They're coming to see them.
Yes.
You know, so entertain them. Give them what they want. Make it worth their while to come out. And the entries, they do it. They jump up. Victorian Roses ladies, they're amazing. They have all these Victorian outfits, wagons, carriages.
Really?
They go all out, and they're in the parade this year and every year. We have some equestrians that are coming out, like Spanish equestrian, Old West equestrians. This parade is adjudicated. So on 2 fronts, we have we're part of the National Horsemen's Association.
Okay.
So we have their judge come down and judge the horses before the parade. And for the winners of the specific categories, they earn a belt buckle just like we do in the rodeo.
Wow.
We have commemorative belt buckles to designate every single year in the Swallows Day Parade. And then while that's going on, because we do the equestrian march down where the trailers are.
Yes.
You know, so we make it easy on the equestrians. Concurrently at 2 o'clock at HTC Park, I have the awards ceremony for all the marching bands, walking units, floats, carriages, wagons, everything that's not an equestrian.
Wow.
You know, the horse entry, single horse entry. And there we give out trophies. And again, this is adjudicated. So the bands get points. And a couple of years ago, one of our high schools got enough points to make them qualify for the Rose Parade. I don't know if they got in, but they were so excited because their points put them over the top, they could now submit an application for the Rose Parade. So this is a very important parade for a lot of the bands. And all of our bands, none of them Orange County.
Really?
We got one coming from
They
Thermal.
fly in?
They're coming from LA, San Bernardino, and Thermal. You know where Thermal is?
Yes, yeah.
Just go out in the desert until you go, I am completely lost, hang a right.
Yes, yes.
2 years ago, they were in the parade for the first time, and the kids had never seen the ocean.
Oh.
So they did the parade, they had lunch, they did the awards ceremony, they immediately got back on the bus and they went to Dana Point, down to Baby Beach.
Right.
And the kids got to go in the water. They'd never seen the ocean, and there's a whole new group of them coming. this year.
So a lot of people come. Is there like any kind of resorts, hotels that they just stay at?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's the Inn at the Mission.
Okay, they
Inn at the
can stay
Mission,
there.
you can get a room there.
Oh,
They have
good.
their own VIP section, and as of last year, we've got them set up with their own announcer.
Oh,
And
nice.
they're right at the beginning of the route.
Okay.
So the route starts, the feed to the main route starts here. The hotel's right here. So when we say go, this entry goes around the corner, and then they get up on Del Obispo and the parade starts. So the
Okay.
hotel gets to see, they get to see the behind the scenes chaos trying
yes.
to herd all the cats into one position. But then they also get to see everything flow. From the beginning, when there's no gaps, there's no delays. They actually have a premium location. That's the best place.
Yes.
Would be to stay at the Inn of the Mission. Who is actually our parade sponsor this year?
Oh, really?
Our presenting sponsors are Farmers and Merchant Bank.
Yes.
And St. Margaret's High Schools.
Oh, nice.
So those three are our top sponsors. And again, we couldn't put this parade on if it wasn't for the sponsors, if it wasn't for the community, if it wasn't for the people making donations and helping us with fundraising. None of us get paid, and we take
And you
every
work
cent that we
hard.
get. And,
Yes.
it's
Hard
a
work.
labor of love.
Yes, it's a
I
labor
mean,
of
it's
love.
still fun.
Yes.
And nobody would do it if it wasn't fun.
Right.
You know, we do a job that's not fun, but we get some kind of reward.
Yes.
With our people, I just encourage them on parade day to just stop. Just at some point in the day, stop, take a look at what you've done.
Yes.
Look at this. Look at how many people are having a great time.
Yes.
And then you get that little bit of a rush, and then now get back to picking up horsemen.
Yeah.
19th, we do the Fiesta Grande.
Okay.
At the Swallows Inn, which is basically a costume contest. We have the hairiest man in San Juan Capistrano. We shaved them all first week of January. They're not allowed to shave.
Okay.
And then March 19th, they'll come into the Swallows, and our judges will see who is the hairiest man.
And
We have a couple that once you shave them, within 10 minutes, they've got a
Right.
5 o'clock shadow.
whoa.
So 2.5 months and no shaving, they walk in looking like Sasquatch. But we have the best outlaw costume, best saloon girl costume,
Okay.
best belt buckle, hat, boots,
Right.
best existing beard, best existing mustache. That's a lot of fun.
That is, yeah.
Then on the 21st, which is the day before the parade, is Hooskow Day.
It's what- what?
Hooskow Day.
Oh, I didn't
We have 2 Hooskows, jails.
Oh,
Two
okay.
jails, mobile jails that we tow behind trucks. We drive around town and we arrest people who aren't dressed in Western apparel. And
Okay.
so we'll hit City Hall and we'll hit, some of the grocery stores. Most of the places to go were scheduled. Please come in, arrest my boss.
Yeah.
Please come to the school, arrest our teachers. And it's all done in fun, and they can make a donation to the Fiesta Association to get a piece of merchandise.
Oh.
We do that. Then at 4 o'clock back here, they have the annual frog jumping contest. This is the 10th year we've been doing that.
Okay.
This is where I teach children how to gamble.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, so we have
class.
3 frogs. There's
Right.
everything's sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
They pay for the entire event. We usually get about 200 kids. They sit in a circle up there in the bowl area. We have 3 frogs and we do 3 races.
Really?
The frogs have to jump out of a circle. And the frogs actually know what they're doing.
They're obedient.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. And
Yeah.
every now and then I have a Mark Twain impersonator.
Oh, you
He
do?
comes out and he does a little story about the frog jumping contest in Calaveras County. And he does the voice. He stays in character even when he's waiting to go on.
Yes.
It's not, I know his real name, but no, we got to call him Mark.
Thank you so much for this interview, Jim. It was awesome, really
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you for having me. We'll see you on March 22nd,
Yes.
San Juan Capistrano, 9 a.m.